the shirt for the rest of the class. The good news is that it's very straightforward homework. So what we're gonna do is now open a new file. You don't have to save the file where you drew anything, all these things. Goodbye. So you go to new file, same thing, letter, and I have by 11 inches, please. RGB 300 ppi, create. Then I'm gonna save this as Crystal, I think week 4, right? I forgot. Anyways, that's it. You notice that there's a new toggles. You're not doing anything, you're just saving default. That's it. Okay, the other thing is we're gonna do the rulers today. So remember how I showed you rulers for Photoshop? There are rulers for Illustrator. So you do Command R, you see that? Rulers. Perfect. Just like Photoshop, Illustrator has layers. The good news is you don't have to deal with so many layers in Illustrator, but we have to deal more with groups. Meaning, just like on Photoshop you're able to group images, we can group lines. We're not gonna use it today, don't you worry. It will be most likely in like a week. Next week I'll be using groups. Okay. So we know what an anchor is. It's that little point, correct? We know what a line is. We know what those little anchor arms are, correct? Anchor point, anchor. Okay, perfect. So now we also know, yeah, I'm just reviewing, that if I click, I'm not clicking and dragging again. If I just click, I take that one arm up, correct? If I even click again, I do not take the other arm, I'm just here, correct? That's it. For example, if I wanted to just minus that point, that arm, click it, escape, and you see when I have that little, I'm not doing it. If you press minus, you see how my little cursor just changed to pen minus? If I click that line, goodbye. So this is what I want you to do. Now, right now, but I'm just gonna explain it. If I have a line, and if I wanna just minus that point, so automatically, you notice how my cursor goes into, oh, I think she wants to minus that line, correct? As soon as I see the little minus, I can click to take out that dot. I don't know why it's not doing that. There you go. There you go. Done. Okay? So, for example, this comes in handy when, let's just say we were doing our little thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, I kind of want to change this to be not so curvy. I just don't want that point anymore. I just hover, and you see the little minus point. I also have a minus and a plus. No, I don't want to add to it. I want to minus that point. So I just click. Click on that. Done. That anchor is no longer there. Now if I wanted to add it back, I just press, you notice like if I hover, it says plus. There you go. Automatic anchor and a point that I can, you see this is the difference? Remember how I discussed this with you? Direct selections, one entire line, everything connected to that. Direct selection, the white one. So this is V as in Victor. Get used to shortcuts. V as in Victor, A as in Apple. The A as in Apple one, you can just click on the line, on the anchor itself, and move the anchor by itself. Okay? Okay. We are going to do the same thing that we did last time, which is bring the picture of that shirt. Now, if you have a Mac, the good news is that you can drag her. You can just drag it. If you don't have a Mac and you have a PC, you go to File, you go to Place, you go to Draw Tank. and you just click. And same thing as Photoshop. So you place, so I tell you where you're gonna click the page to place it. Why are you giving me the circle of death? Anyways, right here, you can see it. Now, we don't need it this big. We can direct select tool, that's the black arrow. And as soon as we do that, you see, notice my anchors change and the same motion to drag. Remember how in Photoshop I told you if you press shift, it's gonna be scaled? Same thing here, look at the difference. Shift, no shift, shift, no shift. That's it. I have this shirt now. In my layers, in my windows, I have layers, correct? Look at my layers now. I have layers right here. I'm gonna add a layer on top. We already know how to add layers by plus sign in the bottom. One thing is that it's similar to Photoshop to a certain degree. I am going to lock this first layer. Why? Because this way I can draw on top with no issues. I'm gonna use layer 2 to draw on top. Yeah. Let's go in. So you see it right here. I'm just going back again. You see one, I make sure I select layer 1, of course, so I know exactly where it's going. You see right at the bottom it says create new layer, that little plus sign? Click on it, layer 2. Automatically it will do layer 2, okay? So now that we're gonna lock layer 1. You see next to the eye, if you click, there's a box to lock it. Just click it, done. I cannot by any means be able to select this because it's a locked layer. The good news is the only thing we're gonna do with layers today. Okay. I'm not gonna show you how to reflect today. I'm not gonna show you how to do fancy stitches. I'm just gonna show you how to draw the outline and some seams, okay? So what I want you to do is not this pen tool with the curvy line. No, 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 not curvature. We want the regular pen tool, which is P for pen. P for pen. I am just gonna make, oh, by any chance, if you guys don't have, let's just say fonts, like you notice that I don't have a stroke? You notice that? When that happens, that means I need to select one. So I just press D to go back. And if I don't want to fill, I just take it out. You see the little none. That's it. Once again, if you don't have a stroke, you can press D to go into default automatically. You see this side? Right here. Look at here. And then if I don't want that fill, making sure that the inside fill is on top, I click at the bottom, none. That's it. Now I go back with my pen tool and I'm just gonna outline this tank. Look at me outlining. Look, you need to get used to using as little points as possible. I know I can curve it, so if I click on this corner and I curve it, look what happens, curved. Then what happens here? I take out one of the anchors because it's curving my line. I need a straight line. Down. Like I said, if you have shift, you notice automatically it makes it straight. You notice that? And you click it. And you click it to the other side, pressing shift to make it straight. Click, click, click. Same thing here. You're gonna click to the next point and you're gonna curve it. Curve it as best as possible. I'm gonna minus the anchor by clicking again. Remember, I'm not clicking and dragging to minus anchors, just clicking. Click, click and drag. And I have my outline. Okay, look at my outline. Now I'm like, oh, but that outline's not thick enough. So what I do is go to Windows, go to Stroke, and right here it should pop up. You can go into, let's do 4. There you go, done. But I don't like the little pointies at the ends. If that's the case, guess what happens with Illustrator? You can even use different rounded points. Look at the difference once I round it out with the corner. Look. Very pointy? Not so pointy. You see it? Okay. That's what we're gonna do right now. Try to see how much you can get done for this one, and then we're gonna do the inside, okay? The good news is a lot more straight lines than what I made you do, okay? Okay.